Welcome back to another episode of the 1% Life Podcast. I'm your host, Coach JT. This information is for educational and informational purposes only and is solely a self-help tool for your own use. I'm not providing medical, psychological, fitness, or nutrition therapy. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problem or illness without consulting your own medical practitioner. As always, results of any kind will vary based on each person's unique circumstances, capacity, and work ethic. We spend so much money and so much thought and energy and time and resources accumulating worldly things that a lot of people don't even get to use because they can't, right? They physically can't. They can't mentally. They're depressed, or they don't have the health to do it, or they don't have the mindset to do it. Or worse yet, they die early. How many people do you know that retire and die in 4, 5, 6, 10 years? The statistics are off the charts. If you were on your deathbed, you would trade everything that you have worldly for your health and an opportunity to go back and optimize it. Most people just don't look at it that way because there's not an immediate price to pay if you're not super healthy. We think we're getting away with it until something big comes. Right? How do you think that affects your self-esteem? How do you think that affects your relationship? How do you think that affects your business opportunities, friendships, things like that? If you think it doesn't, you're lying to yourself. I can tell you that for myself, I've been on both sides of it. I've walked into a room of a lot of people feeling like crap about myself, looking and feeling very below par, and what that felt like. Like I didn't want to communicate. I couldn't look anybody in the eyes. I didn't want to interact with anybody. I was scared to walk up to a small group and start to talk. Right? It completely changes your self-esteem. If you don't think that it does, think about how many times during the day do you talk to yourself about your body fat, about how your back hurts, about how your leg hurts, about how you don't want to go to the doctor, or your blood work's bad, or your medications are piling up. How many times do you have that conversation with yourself? Who's stalled and stayed approximately where you're at for years, right? Who's lost a bunch of weight, or who's gained muscle mass, or who's got more fit, made a bunch of changes? Let's say you went from, let's say you went from 350 pounds to 250 pounds, and you've been at 250 pounds for 3 years now. Maybe you've gained muscle mass. Maybe you've got more fit, but you've started your journey and you got about halfway and you're better than you've ever been, and you just stop. It's good enough. That's the problem. As soon as you get better than the group you're hanging out with, what's your motivation to be any different? What's your motivation to change? You're better than everybody else. Everybody tells you you're better. Everybody's constantly complimenting you on how well you're doing, how far you've come, how good you look. You've lost so much weight. You've gotten so much more fit. You're in the gym 6 days a week. Look at you with your meals. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good. If you went and hung around people that were 10 times better than you, you'd hear exactly the opposite. That's what you don't want to do, but that's what you need to do. When's the last time anyone else provoked you to be better? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Not your best friend that's saying you're good, that doesn't want you to get any further because you're already twice as good as them. You should not be the best one in the room. I did that for a long time. I liked to hang around people that I was better than, that I looked better than, that I made more than, right? It makes you feel good about yourself, but you ain't ever going anywhere. There's never any motivation to do anything different or to excel or to be better. Now the people I hang around with make me look like a chump, right? Especially in business. They make in a month twice as much as I make in a year. Provokes me to be better. You hang around those people, your circle, you're going to change. It's the same thing in fitness. It's the same thing in business. It's the same thing with God. If you hang around a bunch of people that are very ungodly, that's the way you will become. My grandpa said, if you hang out with dogs, you get fleas. You got to stop hanging out with that group. And then who goes through the motions every single day and tells themselves that it's all right? Who's going to the gym every day, 5 or 6 days a week? Who's eating the way they should eat? Who's buying their supplements? Who's taking their B12? Who's robotically going through the motions? But there's no disciplined, consistent action. It'd be no different than me coming here and going to work or going to the gym and just doing the same thing over and over and over again. No results happening. Every once in a while you question it. I sure would like to lose this extra 25 pounds. It's been on me for 5 years now. I lost the first 25 and I can't seem to get the other off. You can't seem to get the other off because you're good enough where you're at. It doesn't mean enough to you. You're hanging around people that tell you you're good enough. And so you feel like it's, this is just kind of where it's supposed to be. I'm status quo. It's okay. I know so many people that fall in this category. It's so frustrating. It's sad. If you crushed it the first time, right, you lose the first 25. What's stopping you from really putting your foot down on the gas and losing the last 25 and getting in incredible shape and having all the benefits of what I talked about on the top of this call? Everybody looking at you everywhere you go. Discipline, consistency, grit, delayed gratification, not to mention the fact that it teaches you all of that as well, and everybody needs some more of it. Discipline is not doing what you like to do. Discipline is not fishing every day because you love to fish. Discipline is not doing a job that you love every single day. It's doing the things that you don't like to do like you love them. So why do people stop progressing? That's really what you need to ask yourself. One, you're better than you've ever been. You're good enough. That's the number one reason. I see so many people that start their journey for X, Y, and Z reason. They either don't make a definitive decision or they pick something that's small in the interim. I want to lose 50 pounds. I got a wedding coming up, and they achieve that. But after that, it's good enough. I really didn't have any other plan, right? Nothing long term. I never made a decision that I was going to be different. I had a conversation with somebody about this yesterday. Have you made a decision? Not, I'm going to take action. I want to be different. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy plans. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to write things down. But before you do all that, have you stepped back and said, all right, before I do a single freaking thing, have I made a definitive decision and promise to myself that no matter what, I'm not turning back? Most people don't do it. It's too committal. You don't want to make that type of commitment even to yourself because you know you're notorious for breaking the promise. Number two, people in your circle. I talk about this a lot, and people are scared to death to eliminate people from their lives. Guys, if you knew how many people I hang out with or call or go to lunch with, you'd be shocked. I don't, right? It doesn't mean I don't have friends. It doesn't mean I don't communicate with people. It doesn't mean I don't love lots of people. It just means that I don't have friends that I hang out with. I don't go out with anybody. The people that I associate with don't have time to do it either. Don't want to do it. I can't call up like, the people that I do business with and say, hey, you want to go get lunch? They'd be like, for what? I just ate lunch. I'm good, man. I got stuff to do, right? I got places to go. I got things to accomplish. Love you. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you later. No idle time, just hanging out. Number three, nobody's pushing you to be better. You have got to get around people and associate with people that are doing better than you so that you can be pushed to be better. If that's a coach, if it's a friend that's just light years ahead of you, but not your buddy that's in the same place that you asked to go to the gym with you 5 days a week. They're going to flake out and you're going to flake out with them. How many times has that happened? Right? Let's go to the gym together and let's work out together. It's going to work out really good. I don't want to go. Me either. If you committed to going to the gym with me, do you think you're ever going to have that conversation with me? You think I'm ever going to say, nah, that's okay, we're not going to go? Never. You won't do it with somebody like me because you know the level of commitment that it takes. That's what you need to do. Jump all in. Stop dipping your toes in the freaking water. Drive all the way out, jump in the deep end, and learn to swim. Next one is low self-esteem. People have low self-esteem and are scared to death to take the next step and get into an uncomfortable place. Guys, I lived here too. So many people think I've got an easy time of it, or that, I've always been where I'm at, or I've always had this personality. I've always had this attitude. I've always been this outgoing. I've always been this fit. I've always been this successful. Nope, nope, and nope. It's all been an effort. Every single little piece I've had to grind away to get. But all the work that I've put in, all the things that I've done, all the people I've disassociated with, all the circles that I've changed, all the sacrifices that I've made, all the hours and check-ins at the gym, all the things I've done, not even comparable. And then the last thing I got is limited beliefs about what's possible. Everybody I talk to seems to set low goals. Why? Because of what you've been able to accomplish in the past, setting low goals? I talked to somebody yesterday that needed to lose about 75 pounds. They said 40. I said, why 40? Well, I think I'd be okay there. Why do you just want to be okay? You're going to be in the same spot you are right now if you lose 40 pounds. Why only 40? What's the point of that? So you're okay? So you're good enough? So you're satisfied? So you don't feel as bad? So you drop a couple dress sizes? Why would you not want to be optimal? Why do you guys not want to be your best? Why do you guys not want to be really lean? Who here doesn't want to be lean? Who here doesn't want to see their abs? Who here doesn't want to be fit? Who here doesn't want to be muscular? Who here doesn't want to have a lot of money? Who here doesn't want to have freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do? Who here doesn't want to be healthy enough to do whatever you want to do when you want to do? That's what we all want, right? We want that freedom. We want the freedom to go and do and have and experience whatever we want whenever we want, but we don't take it. If I laid $1 million from here to Canada in $1 increments, and you had to walk nonstop and pick those up all the way, but you'd be a millionaire when you got there. Maybe it takes you 6 months and you're walking for 6 months and you have to quit your job and you have to neglect people and you have to suffer and your feet are going to hurt and you got to walk all day except when you sleep at night and you got to eat when you walk and it's just going to be so horrible. But you'll be a millionaire when you get there. 99.9% of the people on earth would not do it. They'd start, and then their feet would hurt. Or I don't want to walk in the rain. Or I'm cold. Or my shoes are hurting my feet. I don't want to be away from my family. I got stuff I need to do with my friends. I got a doctor's appointment. I got family that comes in town. All the little excuses I hear all the time. I have all the same things you guys do. My life's no different. I had somebody at the gym the other day tell me, it's easy for you. You do it for a living. I'd be fit like you if I did what you did for a living too. I don't live in the gym. I don't live in my kitchen. I run a business just because it happens to be in this field, right? I work 12 to 14 hours a day. I've got to carve out time like you guys do. I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning and I got to hustle. I got to go. I got to work mine in just the same as you guys do. I have same responsibilities at home and kids and wife and business and family, all the things that you guys do. I'm not special. You guys think that I just like sit in the gym and somebody preps my food for me and I eat and I just work out all day. It's never been that way. So here's my advice to you guys. Get a freaking coach. Stop being cheap. Stop spending $70,000 on a truck with a $1,500 a month car payment and not wanting to come off of a couple $1,000s to change your life. Get with somebody that's going to change you. Get somebody that's going to hold you accountable. It's not going to be a friend. You're going to have to reach out and get a coach. You're going to have to spend the money on it. You're going to have to learn the difference between discipline and motivation. You're going to have to make a decision, a real decision, not a, I think I want to do it. You know what? I'm excited today. I'm motivated today. I'm going to do it. That's going to go away. Motivation comes and goes like any other emotion. It's going to go away, guys. I'm telling you. You're not going to be motivated all the time. And the day that you get up, you feel like crap and your feet hurt and your back hurts and you're not motivated and you just got a crappy phone call and, you know, your taxes are due and all these crappy things are coming up in your life and you do it, that's when it sets you apart. Most people just quit. Then you need to audit your life. Look at everything that you do. Look who you associate with. Look what you spend your time doing. Write down every little thing you do minute by minute all day for an entire week and then audit that. I don't need to spend 30 minutes doing this in the morning, 4 hours on social media a day. I don't need to be watching YouTube. I don't need to go to lunch every Wednesday and drink a beer and eat pizza with the guys and cross through all the things that you don't need to be doing. Then fill those gaps in with things you do need to be doing. Take care of yourself. And then create a plan based on that. Write it down and execute it without asking any questions. Execute it whether you feel like doing it or not. Discipline versus motivation. And then the last thing I tell you guys to do is change your freaking circle. Get away from the people that are toxic in your lives. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's your freaking mom. I don't care if it's your dad. I don't care if it's your roommate. I had a conversation again with somebody who's got issues with roommates. Bad issues with roommates, negative, hateful, doubtful, tearing them down all the time, sabotaging them, physically sabotaging them, pranks with their food. It's just constant barrage of negativity. I'm like, get out, move. Don't even tell him you're leaving. He's got another place and he's leaving. He's not even telling them he's going to move while they're gone and just be gone. Perfect. Get away. You are not obligated to hang around people that drag you down. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your sister. I don't care if it's your best friend. I don't care if it's your coworker. I don't care if it's your boss. I don't care if you got to quit your job. I don't care if you have to start a new career. Do it. Get out. Get away. If you don't, you will become them. They will keep you in a dark place for the rest of your life, and you're going to wake up on your deathbed regretting it like you can't possibly imagine. It's not worth it. Get out and get away. Make some changes. Reach out to me. Go to the website, book a frickin' call, get on the phone with me, let me have a one-on-one with you, point you in the right direction, at least get you started where you need to go. You have to invest in yourself, guys. If you don't, no one else will. Nobody's going to really care about whether you do it or not. As passionate as I am, and as much as I care about everybody, if you do it or don't do it, doesn't affect my life. And everyone else is the same exact way. I want it for you more than anybody you're ever going to meet. Let me help you do it. See you guys. I'm out. For more content, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. See you.